Alright, this is Glacius XL, and this is going to be a introduction tutorial to Killer Instinct 2. I'm going to cover some basic stuff and then a little bit of more complicated, in-depth things, but it's not going to be everything, and it's not going to cover every character, but let's just kind of start with basic stuff. So I'm going to show Jago to start with. He's the Ryu of the game, but there are 10 main characters, and then there's the boss character Glacius. So let's check it out. So Killer Instinct 2 is a 6-button fighting game. It was originally on the arcade, so you've got 3 buttons up top, 3 below. So you've got a light punch, a medium punch, a fierce punch, and underneath a light kick, medium kick, fierce kick. Very reminiscent of Street Fighter 2. So basic quick, medium, fierce. Your sweeps are done the same way as Street Fighter, down in fierce kick, and back to block, down back to crouch block. So that's kind of your Street Fighter. Same with the special moves to some degree. You've got your quarter circle forward punch for your fireball, dragon punch motion for your dragon punch. So that's forward, down, down, forward. And then wind kick. It's a little bit like the hurricane kick, but you go forward, down, 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 back. So it's a quarter circle, but not to back. It's to down, back. You do that with any of the kicks, and just like Street Fighter, depending on which strength attack you use, adjust. So this, of course, throws the fireballs faster. Shorter dragon punch with quick, and a higher one with fierce. Wind kicks, that's a light one, and here's a heavy. So that's kind of your basics right there. There's Street Fighter, right? Most characters have a throw in this game. SABREWULF and Fulgore don't, and Glacius doesn't. At least I don't remember him having one. Most characters is going to be forward and fierce punch to do your throw, but that's not universal. Like TJ Combo, for instance, is forward and medium punch. Most characters have an overhead. I'm trying to think if all of them do. But we'll cover Jago right now. So he's got a back fierce punch. That's an overhead. Already covered the throw. That's forward fierce punch. You've seen the sweep. And that's most of it. And most characters have it's called like a pressure move, I guess you could say. So forward fierce kick. It's just this double kick you can use to start combos. You can use it in a combo. And as a good way to build meter, which we'll get into. But most characters is going to be forward fierce kick, but it's not everybody. Some are forward fierce punch or back fierce punch. It's always on fierce though. So Killer Instinct is known for its combos, big combos, and they changed the combo system from the first game. You can do more with this system, but the concept of it is much simpler. Whereas in KI1, you needed to know specific buttons, and each character was different. So you might do a move, and then you have to know, is it medium punch or quick kick, or what is it? And there wasn't always the same number of options for everything. This game's different. The basic rule is that whatever attack strength you're working with, you go to the left. Let me just show you real quick. Combos, for the most part, you've got some kind of opener, and that typically is going to be one of 3 special moves. There's exceptions, but so I've showed you the wind kick, right? So you got his wind kick. I should show his other moves actually. He's got a slide, which is down, back, down, down, forward, and kick. So kind of like a quarter circle forward, but be sure to end in down, forward. And he's also got a laser sword, which is just like the wind kick, but with punch. And if you do the fierce punch version, it's 2. So of those moves, 3 of them are openers. That's what they're called. Your basic combo looks like this. It's an opener, an auto, and an ender. There you go. So his 3 moves that are openers, you got the wind kick, you've got the slide, and you've got the laser sword. Those are the 3. So whatever strength you start with, you just press a button to the left. So if I do a fierce laser sword, I'm going to press either medium punch or medium kick. So there's medium punch, there's medium kick. If I do a medium laser sword instead, then I'll move to the left. I'll press either quick punch or I'll press quick kick, which we will show now. There you go. Wind kick, same thing. If I start with a fierce, I go medium or I go medium. If I do a medium one, I go light. There you go. Now that's not, I'm trying to think if it's always the case. So yeah, this is me showing, I'm doing a light wind kick, so I press fierce or fierce. There you go. Same with slides. Yeah, there you go. That's the basics. Then we can get into some more complicated things. One universal thing is the fact that a jump in is also an opener. So if I jump in with fierce, medium. If I jump in with medium, right? Yada yada yada. Jump in with medium, press quick. If I jump in with quick, press fierce. There you go. You can end your combos, so they call them combo enders. There's certain moves that are like true enders. So if I'm doing a combo, everybody's got 5. Is where it's starting to get. I know I'm probably losing some people already, but there's 5 moves that are considered combo enders, and you only have access to 4 of them until you've done all 4, and then you get a 5th one. What's interesting in this game is that the number of enders you've done determines how many hits it does. So, as we saw with me starting a combo, we would do an opener, and then we press a button, and he automatically does 2 hits. So far our combo is only 3 hits. Well, we can do a combo ender. Jago's enders are a fierce wind kick, which will look like this. Boom. Now you'll see that only did 1 hit, right? So we did 3 initial moves and then an ender, and it's only 4. Well, each new ender I do is going to add a hit to that. So one of his other enders is a dragon punch with fierce punch. So we'll do the same combo, boom, boom. You notice he did 2 hits there, so now we're up to 5. One of his other enders is his laser sword with fierce punch. So that was 3 hits. Now we're up to 6. Then he's got his fierce fireball. Now we're up to 7 hits. Alright, so now I've done all 4. If I go back to any of the previous enders, they will all be 4 hits now. So the wind kick. And the dragon punch. Ooh. That was down fierce punch. So now if you have all 4 of those enders, you have a 5th ender. With Jago, it's a medium dragon punch. So that's the only 5-hit ender you have. There's a few things I won't be able to show. Well, actually I can. There's a lot to show. Okay. There's a lot. Sorry, I don't have a script in front of me. So one of the other things you can do in a combo is throw a character. So, as I said before, throw is forward and fierce punch. So if you do that in the middle of your combo, you throw them. And you'll notice they throw them higher up in the air. So you can juggle them. Now, what I was just doing there, if you do a kick in the air or any hit. It can really be, it could be fierce punch as well, I believe. Maybe I always do fierce kick, so I might be wrong. I may possibly be wrong about that. I've never not used fierce kick, so. No, you can. Okay. You just have to do it immediately. It's a medium wind kick. You can do it in the air. It's the only time you can do a wind kick in the air. Is off of that. If you catch somebody in the air with a hit, a fierce attack, and then immediately do medium, you'll do that. And you can still juggle after that too. One of the universal juggles is your pressure move. You're with him, forward fierce kick. So. You can do some other things off of that too. But anyway, let's see, what would be the next thing? I was going to talk about meter a little bit, but it's a little difficult in training. So you'll notice on the top right side of the screen, you see some blinking yellow and red lights. That's Kim Woo's meter. So there's actually 12 pips. You get 6 yellow. Is it 6 yellow and then 6 red? Or 6 red, then let me see, hold on. Okay, it's red first. Red, you get 6 red and then 6 yellow. Now you notice that Jago has 1 up there. And where did it come from, right? So I've been doing all this training stuff, and Jago's had no meter, but Kim Woo's had a whole bunch of meter. Well, you build meter by either getting beat up, or if your opponent blocks your attacks. Those are your 2 main ways. Obviously, Kim Woo's not blocking anything we're doing, so I'm not building meter. But there actually is another way to build meter, which I just did. And this starts to get into more complicated stuff, but I think I've covered the very basics there. You got openers, you got autos, right? Those are called autos, the ones that are like 2 hits automatically. And you got enders. Actually, so many tangents, so many. Let me cover one more thing before I get into meter. So you can extend your combo. Right now we've been doing opener, auto, ender, boom, 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 right? You can do a link in there, which basically is going to extend the combo. You can think of it as like a second opener. I guess you could think of it that way. So what I'll do is I'm going to do a medium wind kick after my auto. So I'm going to open, auto, and then I'm going to do a medium wind kick. Now, if we were just doing a medium wind kick right now, I would press a quick afterwards. So we can still use that. We can use that same thing inside that other combo. So I go opener, and then auto, and then medium, and then a quick afterwards. So yeah, fierce, medium, medium, quick. Now I could do that with any of the, let's see, I've got medium kick is a link, and so is the medium laser sword. So I can do either one of those. I'm going to start a combo, medium laser sword, and then quick afterwards. And I don't have to always do the slide. I can do the wind kick into a medium wind kick. So that's fierce wind kick, medium, then medium wind kick, quick. Or I could do that same kind of combo, but with punches. I could do fierce laser sword, medium punch, medium laser sword, quick punch. Just always going to the left. There's another thing you can do. So this gets a little more complicated, but so far I've been just pressing the button to the left, right? We've been talking about that. Well, you don't have to do that. There are things called manuals in this game. So instead of this automatic 2 hits that you're seeing, I can press a fierce attack followed immediately by a medium attack. Just kind of 1-2. And it doesn't matter which ones I do. So I can do fierce punch, medium punch, or I can do fierce kick, medium kick, or fierce kick, medium punch, or fierce punch, medium kick. So whichever one you prefer to do, doesn't matter. And you can do that instead. So I could do an opener, and instead of doing the auto I've been talking about, I can do a fierce medium right behind each other. And that's it. And it mix it up any kind of way. Boom, ba boom, or boom, ba boom. And at this point, I feel like I should point out, like, what's the reason? Why would I do, you know, kicks versus punches if they both work? Why would I do that versus this? What's the difference? The difference is combo breakers, which even if you haven't played Killer Instinct, surely you've seen that written somewhere in a forum, right? So combo breakers in this game, there's a certain move that every character has. With Jago, it's a dragon punch. You press either a punch or a kick while you're being comboed. Like right now, if Kimwoo was getting hit by all this, she would do also a dragon punch. But depending on what I'm doing determines what button she needs to press to break it. But it's just a 50-50. So if I'm doing kicks, she would do a dragon punch motion with punch, and that would break the combo. If I'm doing punches, then she needs to do a dragon punch motion with kicks. So it's basically just the opposite of whatever I'm doing. So that combo right there is all punches. I don't know, I'm make it a little more complicated, but that's the reason for that. So what I was just doing there, I've told you can do an opener and an auto, or you can do an opener and then a manual. Well, what you can also do is both of them. You'd have to do the auto first and then the manual. So I can do an opener with fierce, hit medium, either one, and then right after that, do the manual, fierce medium behind it. And then if we stack on top of that what I was talking about before, about doing a link in the middle of the combo, where I was doing a medium wind kick into quick punch, well, you can also throw a manual at the end of that one too. So if I put them all together, I do an opener, auto, manual, link, auto, manual, and then finish it off with one of the enders. So and that combo right there is the basic. That's basically what all the characters are going to be able to do in some form or fashion. And you don't have to always make the combos that long. You can mix it up. You can do an auto and a manual, or you could throw do a manual once and an auto the next time, or throw the ender in anytime you want. It really doesn't matter. Like I could actually do an opener, auto, a link, and then an ender right behind it. You can do that. So that's kind of the neat part of it, is the fact that you can take this basic set of rules that you have here and then construct the combo any way you want, and you can mix it up to make the combos more difficult to break. So there's too many things, honestly. I need to get into the meter stuff, but yeah, just the combos, man. That's the basic thing. One thing I should point out about enders too, there's actually 3 different ways to do your enders. So you've been watching, let's just say the wind kick one, right? That's the way it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you can make it go fast, or you can make it go slow. So you saw how much faster that one was. Now the way you make it go fast is to do the input way before. So basically when I'm doing my auto right here, I've already entered the hold on. You're pretty much right. You can probably hear me tapping, but boom, you hear I typed it out. So that was a medium kick, and then immediately after was the wind kick. Now, there's also a way to do a slow ender, and that's to do the input of the motion input twice. So instead of me, you know, rotating the down back, I'm going to rotate the down back twice, and it'll be slow. Now you say, well, why do you go slow? Well, other than to be stylish, you'll notice my pips up there. I have 3 right now, watch. Now I have 4. If you do a slow one, you gain 1 pip of super. And I don't want to misspeak here. I'm trying to remember. So man, I learned this game when it first came out in the arcade, and that's pretty much, I learned playing by myself. I learned from magazines at the time and other people I played with. I'm trying to remember everything about it, but one of them's Unbreakable, I feel. And I'm trying to remember if it just applies to the ultras. I think a slow ultra is Unbreakable. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And I want to say the enders are like that too. I'll have to test it out. But if that's the case, then that's another reason to change the speeds. But some of the slow ones are a little difficult to pull off, but they are cool. So now that I've got a little bit of meter, there's some moves that you have that you only have with meter, which I mean is kind of typical, right? But one of Jago's moves is a super fireball. It's half circle back quick punch. What's interesting about it though, as far as the meter goes, is, you know, in games now it's kind of like we get 3 bars or we get 4 bars or whatever, and you know, moves will take 1 or they'll take 2, whatever. This kind of takes, it's not like, oh, it always takes 3 bars for this or 2 for that. Each move has a certain value to it. So this one's 4 pips. So half circle back quick punch. Now what's cool about that is that nobody can go through that fireball. So here's a regular fireball. There's certain moves that are immune to that. Like with Jago, for instance, if you do a dragon punch, you'll go right through it. If somebody was doing that, they'd get hit by that super fireball. And it even hits a character like Glacius, who melts down into the ground to do an uppercut. While he's in that puddle form, that super fireball will actually hit him. So you've got that, and he's also got a super uppercut, which is, I want to say it's quarter circle back, half circle forward, fierce punch. But most of the time I just do these things without thinking about them. So gotta kind of build the meter up again. One more. And this is a move that you can do by itself, or you can use it to, you know, in the middle of your combo, or to juggle. Like I say, quarter circle back, and then half circle forward first punch. I'm gonna try to do it as a juggle. So there you go. Another use of meter is the shadow moves. I want to say everybody has 2. And the interesting thing is that before I was showing you a link in your combo, right? You start it, you do an auto, and then you do like a medium special move, and that's typically going to be your link. Well, if you use 3 bars or 3 pips, you'll do a super linker, which is 5 hits. I feel like I need to just play a little bit to try and. That way I can actually build meter instead of doing what I'm doing here. So if the computer blocks, you see how my meter's going up. So you like jump in, you do your forward fierce kick, throw some other things in there, but basically we'll build this meter up. You can also start combos with a manual. Like, you don't have to do one of these opener moves. You can actually just come in, do fierce medium, and you will already have your combo going like that. Now what I did right there at the end, that's a mini ultra. So at the end of the first health bar, when you've actually killed them, you can do a move that it's a 7-hit ender. Yeah, it just looks cool. So it's usually the opposite of their ultra, which isn't always the case. Sometimes it's the same motion as their ultra, but you know, if it's a punch, then it's a kick. So with Jago, it's a reverse wind kick. It's rotate the down forward quick kick, and you'll do the mini ultra. But like I say, it's only after the health bar is gone on the first one. So here's a shadow move right there. That was half circle back, forward medium kick. And if you do it in a combo, it looks like that. Then his ultra is a light wind kick. And that activates, or you can activate it when they're on their second health bar and it's flashing red. That's when you can do the ultra. And one big difference in this game, as opposed to the first one, is that people can actually break an ultra combo if they have 6 bars or 6 pips. So you have to be kind of careful about finish off a character with an ultra, as opposed to a no mercy, which is the fatalities of this game. Which they, you know, in the first Killer Instinct, there was a moment where it says danger, right? But it's basically like finish him. So they're dizzy, and you've got a chance to do your finish move. This game doesn't have that. So you have to do it in the combo, which I was going to. I was thinking it was Dragon Punch with Fierce, maybe it's medium. Let me try it one more time with the... Oh, well, there you go. So his oh yeah, that was the thing. So the finish moves, there's one that you have to do in a combo, and there's one that you can do in a combo or just raw. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Once they're in the red flashing, there's actually a move that you can do now that if it hits them, it'll go into the finish move. Oh yeah, there's one other thing. This is almost useless, I feel like. But if you hold back and quick punch, and then just keep holding quick punch, you see that right there? So his stance gets faster. If somebody does a raw, medium, or fierce attack, you parry it. It doesn't work on special moves, doesn't work on jump-ins, etc. But I'm just gonna stand here, holding quick punch. You see how I'm moving real fast? There you go. Now, after I parried, I did a medium wind kick, and you'll notice I did 3 hits as my opener instead of 1. This is also how you get your big like 70 hit combos in this game. Here you go. I'm gonna do the there it is. So that's half circle back and then forward medium punch. So if she actually got hit by that, she would die. It does a little bit of chip damage. Usually you just do this in a combo, but dropped out. But that's going to be the case with, I'd say, everybody, but Orchid, I think, only has 1 finisher. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is the basics. I should probably end it here. I could go over other characters. Geez, there's one really important thing that I just forgot. So, When I was talking about openers, let me cover this. This is the rock, paper, scissors. This is great. Oh geez, what am I don't want to fight the AI. Turn the AI off. So, just like rock, paper, scissors, everybody's got 3 openers. I'll say everybody. Fulgor really doesn't. He's got a move that is not an opener. Anyway, generally, there's 3 openers. With Jago, it's a wind kick, a laser sword, and a slide. Now, each of those openers beats another one. So if somebody's always doing the slide, you notice me doing the slide a lot. Oh, slide, 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 right? Most games, you know, they talk about safe this and unsafe that, and some moves are just guaranteed, right? There's nothing you can do about it. Well, if somebody's always doing the slide to open, you do the wind kick, and the wind kick is immune to the slide. It doesn't matter, like, if the slide's at his toes, if you're activating the wind kick, you go over it and you hit him, and now you start your combo. But if somebody just keeps doing the wind kick all the time, wind kick, wind kick, wind kick, you do the laser sword, and it beats the wind kick. And if somebody's always doing the laser sword all the time, just laser, 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 well, you do the slide and it beats that. And that's pretty much how the opener system works. So everybody's kind of got those moves, like Orchid, for instance. She has this as an opener, this as an opener, and that as an opener. And you can kind of see the comparison. Jago's slide, Jago's laser sword, and the wind kick. So, let's see. Like, yeah. This would be like the laser sword, this would be like the wind kick, and this would be the slide. One note on this though, while the slides are lows, this move is an overhead. So if you're fighting Kim Woo, a lot of times you do not want to do crouch blocking, because not only does she have, you know, overhead like back and fierce kick, like some characters do, but yeah, her special is actually a overhead. She's also got this full forward. I need to cover all the characters and stuff, but yeah, that's basically how this stuff works. So Glacius, you got this grab, you got this uppercut, and you got the shoulder attack, and it's the same kind of stuff. So if somebody's doing a wind kick, I think this is right. They're doing the wind kick. This is basically the laser sword, and I think I'm trying to remember. Is that basically the wind kick? You know, I'd have to think on it. I don't want to say it wrong, but that's basically how it works. It's rock, paper, scissors. I think it's a genius idea, and I'd like to see it in more games. It's one thing that I really kind of missed in the third Killer Instinct, was the inability to, you know, stop the same opener over and over again if it was really fast and it was safe. You know, like, why can't I do this other opener to beat that? So I know I've probably forgotten a lot of things. There's some real cool stuff you can do in the game, like, you know, glitches and all that. There's different shadow moves that I haven't gone over. I think I mentioned you can start combos with your pressure move, which I don't know if that's the official name, but that's kind of what I call it. You jump in, forward fierce kick, and then, you know, laser sword or something, builds up a lot of meter. You've got, yeah, we talked about combo breakers. He's got the combo is kind of hard to determine if he's doing punches or kicks, because a lot of his kick attacks are actually punches. So a lot of times you just kind of gotta guess. Throw his that? Oh yeah, Jago's got this other move. It's half circle back and then forward and quick kick. That's one move that's missing in Killer Instinct Gold on the 64, which is basically just KI2 with all polygonal backgrounds and no FMVs. But I'll show you what happens as long as he doesn't do an ultra or something. So when you die, yeah, your spirit comes back. So you basically sacrifice some health to get it later in a third bar, basically. The risk, though, is that if somebody does a finish move on you, then, well, you've just lost the whole thing. So I used to do it sometimes because it was neat, but I don't think it's honestly practical. But that is a cool little move. Anyway, I think that's, geez, almost 40 minutes of this stuff, I bet. What do we got, like 30? I don't know. Anyway, that's a little basic tutorial on Killer Instinct 2.